So life doesn't look anything like I thought it would. After getting laid off while wrapping up an event on site 3,000 miles away from home, the obvious next step was to find a new job. So I did what anyone would do. I applied to thousands of jobs, and I wish I was exaggerating, but LinkedIn literally told me this. So I made it to multiple rounds for, all those fancy companies, Google, Meta, Amazon, and at one point I was interviewing for an event role at Google, and the hiring manager and I were vibing, and we started talking about coaching, of all things that turned up. And she is actually an internal coach at Google. And by the way, if you're at Google and eligible, please use that resource because coaching's great. I feel like everyone needs it, and I'm not biased at all in this. But there was plans to move forward for that role, and I actually thought that one was going to be a really great fit. However, I received notification that that role was no longer going to be an option. Not that I was rejected. It wasn't an email rejection. It wasn't ghosting. It was, this role doesn't exist anymore. Just poof. And I wish I would say that was like a one-time thing, but it kept happening. Opportunities that were a clear fit just vanished. And of course, in between all of those was thousands of rejection letters too. But that one, it hit a little differently. And all of them, though, they all felt kind of personal. And now, though, I'm realizing that it was probably more purposeful. That moment with the coach and event professional at Google felt like a nudge. Um, Kind of felt like the Holy Spirit was kind of part of that one. And I kept trying even after that one to get back into corporate full time because it was familiar, it was safe, it made sense. My mom and dad thought I should do it too, but deep down, God was saying no. And I did not like that answer. So I offered myself again and again, and I just kept getting more no's. And now, though, I realized he was trying to give me something I wasn't even asking for yet. So in September 2023, I finally surrendered, well, started to surrender, let's be honest, and began training to be an ICF certified coach, International Coaching Federation, the gold standard of coaching. And since then, I've coached over 150 individuals. I am certified as a coach now by them. I've delivered over 450 coaching hours at this point, facilitated leadership programs for some really cool companies, some Fortune 500s, and guided thousands through trainings and workshops and transformation, including working with students. And it's been really amazing. And I'm just getting started. So I've witnessed people find their voice again, realign their lives with purpose, step into rooms they once thought weren't meant for them. And I feel like if all of them were here with me right now, we would all agree that this is what full out feels and looks like. It looks like detours and missed opportunities, but it feels like peace. It feels like joy that makes no sense when life is weird. It feels like discovering your values and actually living by them. It feels like taking bold risks, failing, and falling flat on your face, getting rejected, and still showing up for the assignments that God has given us. So I'm curious, what if the thing you feel like you lost is actually leading you to what you were made for? Remember to live, lead, thrive, pull out, y'all.